Well, we have one more video we're gonna show you after I've talked to Austin. Why don't you give me some help in welcoming Austin Bevere to the stage?
Hello, everyone.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Doing fantabulous.
Yep.
So, Austin, why don't you first tell us what is Pearl Alliance and how did it start?
Well, how many of you before tonight knew about Pearl Alliance? Okay, so basically everyone. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, Pearl Alliance is a branch of my parents' ministry that's specifically designed to raise funds to stop human trafficking and just to raise awareness also about human trafficking. And it was started after my mom visited places like Thailand and Cambodia, where human trafficking is just thriving and this evil is growing every day. And so my mom came back from this and she's like, I have a full-time job, I travel, I speak, but I need to do something. And so that's how Pearl Alliance started.
And so how did you personally, how old are you first?
I'm 19.
He's 19 years old, everybody.
Single.
And we're... Yeah. So how did you personally get involved in this thing?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story. Last summer, I visited Hillsong, London, and actually stayed at the pastor's house there. And I went over there actually to figure out what I was supposed to do in life. I had no clue. I was frustrated. I was out of high school. I was like, I can't go to college. My dad wrote a book called Driven by Eternity. I don't know if you have ever heard of it. Kind of freaked the crap out of me. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life, Dad. Like, can I live in your house still? Like, so anyway, I went over to London and just tried to get a loan and figure out what I was supposed to do. But anyway, after a while, I got discouraged, and I was like, you know what, God, you have a plan for me. I'm going to start seeking you instead of what you've called me to do. Awesome. And right after that, God just began to pour himself into my life in an amazing way. And one day, as I was doing my laundry,
that sounds like quite spiritual. Like, were you like, was
it wasn't the most
specifically,
manly
was it
thing
socks?
I've ever done, but
okay.
No, it was actually folding. But anyway,
okay.
God just spoke to me, and he's like, Austin, will you do this for me? Will you take care of the people who are suffering? Will you take care of the poor? And I was like, yeah, totally. Like, I'd love to do that. I was like, thank you for telling me. But anyway, I had no clue how it was going to come about, but God just gave me a glimpse of his plan for the future of my life. And I just kind of tucked that away for a week. I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to do something about this. Well, anyway, a week later, I was talking to my mom, and she's like, I was like, Mom, I had this amazing vision from God. And she's like, wow, that's crazy, because I want to start a branch of our ministry that helps out women and children in human trafficking. And I was like, Mom, I'm your man. I will definitely do that. So I flew back a week later and have been working on Pearl Alliance ever since.
And so that was, how long ago did you actually start?
Like June-ish.
June-ish, yeah. So this is a brand new initiative, and it's very exciting. Austin, why don't you tell us why should people care about this project that you're doing and these kind of projects in general?
Well, it's crazy. It's kind of what Gene Mayo talked about tonight. Over the last couple of months, like my whole life, I was a freaking legalist. I depended solely on myself to figure out my own salvation. And one day, I just cracked, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And God just came to me, and he swooped me up, and he's held me in his love ever since. And I've had such a peace in my life ever since. And just for me to take this love that I've been given and this freedom and just to sit on my butt and do nothing while people out there are suffering, like that's almost as bad as human trafficking in itself. Yeah. Like, it is my job to take what God has given.
That deserves a stinking amen.
So that's why I got involved. I mean, there's kids our age around the world being sold 20 to 40 times a day for less than it costs for us to go see a movie here in the U.S. And it is also what Jeannie Mann was talking about. These girls are getting something that was meant to be so pure and an element of God's love that he's allowed us to express to one another. And they're being freaking ruined. Like, they've lost all sense of love. And so that's why we need to get involved. We have been given God's love, and we need to go out there, and we need to show these women and children God's perfect love. So,
dude, that is amazing. one. I don't know if you noticed this from those of you who look from the back. He is pretty buff, and the only guy in the room that's probably buffer is me, and so that's why I thought both of us should come up here. And if you'd like to see
I don't want to hurt him.
Tomorrow night we'll be arm wrestling right here on the stage, so it's going to be powerful.
I'll go home and practice.
I'm going to go home and do like 150 push-ups tonight. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, one more thing. I mean, the most important thing here for the people in the room. What can people do in a practical sense to get involved, to like make a difference in people's lives on the other side of the world?
Okay. Well, Pearl Alliance has 3 major ways. The first one is prayer. And you guys are going to be pumped after this conference. You're going to want to go out and just touch the world. And I don't want you to go out there just like with the chickens with your heads cut off. You need to have purpose. And that's what prayer does. It takes your passion and it puts it into purpose. And so we need to just be praying that God would show us what we've done, what we need to do, And also we need to be praying for the victims in human trafficking, just that hope would be instilled in their heart and that they would know that there's people out there, the church, that cares for them, and that we're coming from, and to never give up and never lose faith. So that's the first way. The second way would be to raise awareness. You guys, you're the church. You've been given God's creativity. You've been given his insight and his wisdom. You guys are the difference makers. And you need to go out and you need to tell your friends about human trafficking. And you need to say, hey, this is a problem. I mean, I didn't even know what human trafficking was till last year. That's how soon it was. That's how recent in my history that I've known about this. And it can't be the reason human trafficking continues is just because people didn't know. Right. I mean, we need to make a difference in that way. And then the last way is raising funds, which is where we're taking 2 offerings tonight. But anyway, no, that was a joke.
No, it wasn't. Get ready to give.
Yes, get those wallets out. No, I'm just kidding. We just encourage people. It's a tangible, hands-on way to get involved. And we encourage you to do fundraising. And the whole reason I'm here is because I was here in the summer, and Ashley Card came up to me, and she's like, Austin, I love putting on fundraisers for organizations like this. Will you come back and be a part of one? And I was like, heck yeah, you know it. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I envision for Pearl Alliance. You guys, not everybody necessarily leaving what they're doing right away. Just right now, where you're at, to use the gifts you've been given and the voice you've been given to raise awareness and funds to stop human trafficking. So those are the 3 ways you can get involved, and I encourage you all to do it.
That's incredible. Well, guys, here's what I want to encourage you to do. If you're a youth pastor in the room or a pastor, and you have the ability to put together some sort of a fundraiser, why don't you talk to Austin and say, hey man, we're going to do our own fundraiser for Pearl Alliance, and get involved in this cause. Or maybe you're a student and you want to bring awareness to your school. Find some ways of bringing this kind of stuff into the school, get the message. What's the website, dude?
It's pearlalliance.org.
pearlalliance.org.
Yeah, I know it's a weird name. I'm wearing the shirt. We actually have these here today. Jordan, are you in the house?
How much are those shirts?
They're $20, and I know that's marked up, and right now the economy sucks, but, jeez. I can't.
Wow.
This could be you for $20. That's it.
And if you go to the Bay for $15.99, you can get yourself a Jack and Jones shirt just like this.
Yeah, so obviously I'm surrounded by studness. I don't even know what to do. But seriously.
That's one of the problems with my life, is that I intimidate people, and guys like Jordan.
Looking good. The tat.
Okay, anyways, yeah.
Seriously.
It's seriously it.
Yeah, so it's $20. More than half of it goes towards stopping human trafficking. The only cost we took out of it was the cost to make it, and I think we did a pretty dang good job. Yeah. And so there's men's and women's sizes, so you guys don't look like all baggy, and guys will look all, but anyway, I mean, it's tight on us, but I guess.
It's like Jordan's wearing a girl shirt, and that's really cool tonight.
Yeah, so.
Extra small. Extra small.
Yep.